no longer listen to the lie that these niggas been telling me. Number 18, Deir el-Bahari, which is the funerary temple of Hatshepsut. Looked like it was just did yesterday. Okay, just look like it was, and it is when you, as the teacher, Afraka was teaching us, and even Dr. Ben, when you go to architectural school today, do you understand that Deir el-Bahari is, you got to study Deir el-Bahari today. If you look at a lot of the damn monuments and great structures of today, they were patterned on this temple right here. And as you can see, it's just like Lalibela. It's carved out of the mountain. Okay? Okay, it's carved out of the mountain. Where do you get this type of, know-how? You see what I'm saying? So you got the pyramid where you building megalithic skies, but you got cut blocks. So you have to lay them blocks together. And then they got structures where they not even using blocks. You see what I'm saying? They just carving directly into the mountain. You understand? So we know when you go up further and further in Africa into the mountains, ain't no telling what kind of temples is lost in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? Tombs are, they hid a lot of tombs that they never gonna find. And thank the ancestors. Thank the ancestors. Some they didn't find. Many more they'll never find. And so you looking at, and then here we go. This is Hatshepsut. This was, she took the title of Pharaoh. Now, I'm not in agreement with that, though I honor her. You know what I'm saying? She should have ruled as a queen. She should not have ruled as the masculine side. And when you go to, the temple of Seti on the king's list, she's not there. That don't mean she's not to be honored, but she should not have took that position as king. That's no different, because, that's crossing the boundary, of what you call the laws of opposites. It don't mean a queen is as powerful as a king. And that's what she should have ruled at. She even put on a false beard. And then we know she was not no lesbian or anything, but the question always come up. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that she done that. No different than a king trying to rule as a queen and he go put on some women shit. You know what I'm saying? That's cross-dressing. You know what I'm saying? But she did that because she felt, based on the religious, ceremonies of how the king, who the most powerful in the land, that she had to do that. You know what I'm saying? To receive the power that she needed to rule. And so she did it. And no matter what nobody say, she's ranked as one of the greatest pharaohs of all time. There's no doubt about it. The megaliths that she left, the temples that she left, arguably Hatshepsut is in the top 5. You know what I'm saying? Arguably she's in the top 5. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? Because she went to war. She even got on that chariot and went to war. She wasn't no queen that just sat at the palace and gave orders. She got up on that chariot. You can see her at the temple of Karnak in her regalia, as a warrior, with the mace, the war mace in her hand, raised up in the smiting of the enemy. So she didn't just sit at the palace, she went to war. And she lived at a time, Egypt was at its height. You talking about the 18th dynasty. You talking about the New Kingdom. And her father, Tutmosis I, was one of the greatest kings of all time. That whole bloodline from Tutmosis, all the way down from Amos Nefertari. and almost the first who started the 18th dynasty. So being that, she took the throne in that era, she built so many megalithic structures, even obelisks and temples at Karnak. You see what I'm saying? So she most definitely is, if I said top 10, she is more, and you talking about 76 kings that ruled ancient Egypt. To say you in the top 10 is not, that's world renowned. That's world renowned. You see what I'm saying? You didn't have no woman ruler in Greece and Rome and even in India of the renown of Hatshepsut or Queen Empress T. Okay, so just to give them they propers and they do. I didn't put that in the slider, but at the same time, it always come up, and that must be addressed. Okay, that must be addressed. And this is and this just to show you her greatness, because this would have been the largest thing. Look at it from the aerial view. This obelisk would have weighed 1,000 tons, 1,160 tons if it would have been raised. This would have been the largest monument of one block. This was one block. If they would have, imagine this. Imagine this. Where they quarried, because they quarried this at Aswan. They quarried this at Aswan. Ask yourself, what kind of ship would have sailed that block, 1,000-ton block of granite down to Luxor? Because that's where the rest of her obelisks was located. I think at Luxor, okay? The Temple of Karnak, okay? Imagine the type of barge. God damn, that look like it'll sink some of them big-ass barges they got today. It'll sink some of them goddamn barges they got today. So that's why I'm saying that, our people don't know the level of ancient, not just Egypt, the Nile Valley. I don't just speak of Egypt, I speak of the Nile Valley. That includes Nubia and Oxford. When I say the Nile Valley, I'm talking about from beginning to end, okay? So this just show you the greatness of Hatshepsut. Lord, if she would have raised that right there, good God Almighty, good God Almighty. You know what I'm saying? It would have had to been ranked up in the top. It would have had to been ranked. If she would have raised that, it would have had to been ranked in the top 5, 6 structures. It would have had, and even in that it ain't quarry, it still showed the greatness and probably in the top 20. It's still in the top 20. Okay, we at the pyramid, we in 20, we at number 20, we is at the pyramids of Meroe, which the pyramids in Nubia outnumbered the pyramids in Egypt. Okay, you got some, like, if I'm not mistaken, or close to 300 pyramids in Nubia, and you got close to 175 in Egypt. So between Nubia and Egypt, what they done found is close to 500 pyramids. And you talking about, you talking about world-renowned pyramid. You talking about world-renowned pyramid. See, a lot of that in Nubia been knocked down. Thank you, family, for all your support. Thank you for your praise. I love you. You know what I'm saying? So we at 20, and you got more pyramids. This is like one of the pyramids. You got a pyramid field of Nuri. You got the pyramid field of Meroe. Now the pyramid field of Nuri is where the earliest Kushite kings that ruled in the 25th dynasty. I think Kushta, Pianki, Shabaka, and so forth. I think Taarka might have been buried here at Meroe. Okay, but I'm gonna get all that because I'm just, I'm getting back on my A game. You know what I'm saying? Once I'm on my A game, I'm not gonna be missing on nothing. I'm not gonna be missing on nothing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be missing. So, but here we looking at number 20. That don't mean it's number 20 because Sudan is beautiful. Sudan is beautiful. And when you look at the pyramids there, is no doubt these is one of the most spiritually, most megalithic, most shocking wonders of Africa that must be given praise to. Okay? Queens is right next to King. Okay? Same size as the kings. Okay? And so in Nubia, you see even a more honoring, even though Egypt honors the woman, in Nubia, the sisters reach heights that they didn't, necessarily reach in Egypt. Okay? Not to say that the goddesses was, but in Egypt, in Nubia, there was eras where it was just whole dynastic periods of queens, the Kandaki queens. You know what I'm saying? Just, a whole dynastic rule where the woman, the goddess, just like I'm saying, the queen was the real power and the king was her arm. He was the arm piece. Okay, and the queen was the main piece. And so in Nubia, you see, and then certain titles like the high priestess of Amen, you see what I'm saying, was only achieved in Nubia. And when Pianki became a king in Egypt, he installed his sister as the high priestess of Amen. So that was in Egypt and Nubia. Okay? So there was a high priestess of, and so the women had high ranking, even in the priesthood at the time of the Nubians. I love that. And I'm going to do much more research on that because I love that. I love to be able to show how that black woman was doing her thing. You know how I honor the black woman. I love that. That's what it's about. We ain't got no fear of our woman being in power because she make the best decisions at many times. We hot-headed, but that's where the damn balance come in. Then it's time where we rise to the occasion. But that's the balance. It ain't gonna, it be errors. It be errors where the brothers, need to take the field and and it be errors when the goddesses need to take the center stage. But they always got the center stage, whether they in the front or whether, they never in the back, but sometimes they want to play the back. Not the back that, they just don't want to be in the front. They go ahead, nigga, go and take care of that business. You see what I'm saying? We here. They still, wield the same amount of power behind the scenes.